transparent energy short.
That was cute,
right?
That was real cute.
But welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to another episode, short
installment,
another week though. Well, pop-up week with your favorite hostesses with the Mostesses. It's your girl. Well, no,
it's your girl,
the lovely Lady Baby D, and your girl Jordan B. And you already know this is transparent energy, and we're recording live
from the 215.
Where it gets silly
in Philly, all the time.
But guys, welcome back. We know it's been a while. Again, right now we've been in our hibernation season, revamping, doing different things, getting ourselves together, getting our mentals together. Again, finishing off this old year, because again, we're in a new calendar year, but the real new year starts in this week coming up, because March 1st is this week. So that's why we definitely had to come up here and just give you guys an update on just what's been going on, and chat about a few things real briefly, but also because just to be in preparation and be prepared for this new year that's here. This new year that's actually next week, that's coming up in the real new year. So spring is around the corner and new things are here. So
definitely, there's no more waiting 3 weeks till such and such.
Yeah, because they said the groundhogs didn't see a shadow or something.
Yeah, so
but they go somewhere. I seen a meme that was like, we don't even need the groundhog. They was like, all we need is no damn motorcycles. All you see them, they was out like last week. The motorcycles already.
Yes, I did.
Put some things in the house. It's not that hot yet.
The girl was like, she says, well, we don't need Texas Phil, whatever his name is.
Yeah, like,
she said, if you from the hood, as soon as you hear them ATVs,
it's the red. You already know it's spring is here. Spring is here at least.
Definitely.
The weather's breaking.
But before we go on, like we said, this is a short.
But we always have to start every short
right.
Right way.
But we always start every episode the right way. And you already know, with me, transparent energy, if we wouldn't give you what we give ourselves. And that
positive
is what?
Words
positive
of affirmation. Because you already know, when you speak positively, or no, you think positively, you'll start to think positively. And when you start to think and speak, once you start to speak positively, you will start to see things more positively. Damn, that's not coming out right.
We didn't do our vocal lessons.
But again, positive thoughts equals positive speech, which equals a positive environment. There you go. I'm sorry, guys. It's just been a few weeks. We've been a little rusty. This is why they say keep going.
Rusty in a good sense. Speaking publicly, speaking to you guys. It's because some of these things, a lot of these things that we give you, that we offer, really come from us, come from our own routine, things that we do on an everyday basis to help keep us.
But you already know how we do it though, because again, once you say the positive, once you start thinking more positively, and start speaking more positively, you'll start seeing things more positively, and which makes everything go good. So that's how we're going. So we're going to start off this episode with a few little words of information.
All right, cool. I'll start, and I'll start because what I discussed with you earlier is really, on my mind and currently my life right now. But I'm going to say we have all the strength we need.
Wait, say it again. I am.
Mm-hmm.
We had. Wait, I am.
We are.
We are.
We have.
We have
all the strength we need.
All the strength we need. Okay, go ahead.
And secondly, I am. We are courageous.
I am. We are courageous.
Yes. Like I said, I spoke to you earlier. I really have to. I gotta have courage right now, and strength, because not to say the worst part of me wants to say the worst things, but like I said, when life's, I don't even want to start falling into the algorithm of saying life be life, and I like to be specific. Like, I was caught off guard. Life got unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Well, it liked. So you gotta fall into the algorithm. Sorry, I mean, the word, but it's the truth. Life be life, and that's just something that explains a lot of what's going on now, and a lot of what people are experiencing just in general. Because life is definitely life, and things are changing Stuff is happening unexpectedly. I definitely believe that it's going to be a lot of days that unexpected things happen, both good and possibly bad, which is some things we don't want to experience. But again, we have to understand that with the good comes the bad. We live in a world that's already fallen, so it's going to be the bad. You know, we don't want to see it, but that's why we got to fight for that protection.
And that's why I say, like, those affirmations are with me right now, because I already know I'm not weak, so I can't not deal with it.
Yeah, like I said,
I just gotta have the courage to be able to face it with the discipline to not want to act out how I've done before or look at it as a trigger. So,
and that your emotions get the best of you.
Correct.
Okay, so we are striving to be the best we can be.
We are striving to be the best we can be.
We are capable of doing hard things.
We are capable of doing hard things.
You see how hard that's to say? Obviously, it's a hard thing to say, honey.
But it'd be truth, though. But it wouldn't be truth.
No,
this wouldn't be transparent energy if it wasn't truth.
Right. So, anyway, guys, again, like I said, we just came up here to let you guys know that we're alive and well, number one. We are alive and well, breathing. Right, yes. But for myself, for me, the things that have been going on, just even within myself, I have, as you guys have probably noticed, I have been away from social media. I've been on a social media hiatus for my own personal reasons, and just because I haven't really ever really been on one. I think I've just kind of always been in and out, but not really been like. I think my stimuli to social media, it has had intense for a second, and I was definitely checking and scrolling and looking a little too much at my phone and other people's business, and even for my own personal situations, I had to step away to not allow myself to, like how you say, to feed into those voices. They'll have you just saying things you don't want to say, or posting what's on your mind, but that doesn't really need to be shared, because regardless of what's on your mind, doesn't really need to be shared sometimes, because again, everybody does not need to know what's going on in your life. And I do know that have been times where I have overshared, especially about like either relationships or friendships that I wind up back in or wind up being back around. So I learned to stop doing that too, because it's just like, don't drag us, because like I know how I be feeling when certain people be dragging us in their foolishness, and you be like, girl, don't drag us in that foolishness. Right. You gonna go back, or you gonna do this, or you gonna keep talking, or whatever. So just still dealing with a lot of my own personal issues as well. Just staying away from social media and not having, because I can get them fingers too, and I start sending and posting and just feeding into negativity. So. But also, just to have, just like I said, and me and my own still, as I've been growing with my healing journey and spiritual journey, just taking this time also to get closer to God in a way, because I kind of didn't just see myself in a way being distracted, and my focus not on God and in our relationship, because a lot of times we want these other relationships with people, with friends, or just business, or just other things, but we don't really make sure that we tend and mend to our relationship with God, which is one of the biggest relationships, because when that relationship is A-okay and perfect and good, everything else just flow right. So you know what I mean? It's just best to talk to the Creator and and keep that connection. So, but other than that, that's just how life's been life. And like I said, and me and Bam also have just been, again, on our transparent energy revamps and just figuring out where we're going to go with the show, and also our own little way of leaving a mark in this world. with transparent energy in our brand, and just, figuring out some little deets and looking into stuff, which has been really cool and been fun to do. I think we're going to try to focus more on the business side of things this year. So we're speaking everything into existence that will come with that. What about you, Fran? I think I talked a lot for that quick second.
Yeah,
I talked a lot. Hold on.
I pretty much think you summed it up, which is really decent. You did like shock me a little bit when you mentioned about polishing your relationship with the creator. That I thought I'd never expect to hear you say something like that. But that's just a reminder to me that just because she good and she has it together, no one's perfect.
Right.
So just because I don't see your flaws don't mean you don't have any flaws, you know, that you see in yourself.
Right.
And that's dope. For me, everything from being new to trying to keep busy, that's just where I'm at. But trying to be productively busy. You said something so funny earlier, and I'm a little hesitant to say it right now.
What? I'm crying. Oh, it's something.
In reference to something in the back door.
Oh.
But you know, I'm in a relationship, and I love it. I love it, and it's very what I want. And I think a lot of my focus, because this is something different and it goes against any of the grain that I've created before, I think my focus really goes into not wanting to be perfect, but not make any triggering mistakes, you know, for myself, you know. And I would say it's easy, but it's hard when, let's say 80% of the time is everything is good, and then once you have that small one little disagreement, you know, you have this barrage of triggering emotions, and now it's either I catch myself in a moment where I need to catch myself, or I'm casting myself. In other words, I'm not being drawn in it, but now I'm in the unnecessary. But my relationship is my focus right now. Both my relationships, my friendships, and my, I want to say intimate, romantic relationship.
Your platonic, and your eros relationship, your eros love.
Yeah. And along with that, I don't think people understand the severity of a lot of what you have to stop. A lot of, let's say, sacrifice. Let's say sacrifice. One of my things, and I was explaining it to you just a few minutes ago, was I'm a girl who found out that I in a way, I need flattery from guys. So I may not have been susceptible to sleep with guys, you know, but I'm very flirtatious, friendly, you know, and because these people aren't my friends, I can't get that high or that adrenaline boost that I would need on a regular, or feel like I thought I need on a regular. Just little things, just not having to, just not being, I don't know, as free as I thought I was done being. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I've recognized what I sacrificed, but I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it be urges or you know, moments, but I'm just trying to be a good person. That's just what I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to be a good person because I'm trying to continue being a good person because I think if I keep trying to be a good person, for me, it'll just make sense that anything that goes crazy in my life is on the other person. If that makes sense, like you're bringing that to me. But all around the board.
Like I said, but even though that happens too, sometimes it's also be allowed too, because I'm that way too. Like I said, you know, I like to always, you know, when somebody is bringing me their stuff, but you know, you like to put it on them too and be like, you know, you did that, you know, you bringing me that negative energy or whatever. But we also gotta, again, because another thing I'm still working on too is just my boundary settings and just knowing that allowing, like I said, even if you're going to deal with a person, just letting people know, like, listen, if you're going to be this kind of way or whatever, or you're going to have this kind of attitude or something like that, then I'll holler at you later, or I'll deal with you at another time. People don't understand how important it is to really not want your misery to be comfortable with other people, because it's not a good look. Like, there's so many people that are comfortable. Well, yes, it's so unattractive, and there's so many people with so many unattractive ways out here. And it's just, I pray that's one thing that our people start to get together. It's just really, like, I think we have normalized so much of the materialistic things in life and wanting materialistic things, which I believe is starting to be slowly but surely stripped from society, because it's time for people to start dealing with the heart and the inside, eternal. So, because the external has gotten out of hand. Yeah. But I definitely believe that I wish more people can really start becoming more emotionally intelligent this year and beyond, because you can be a full package but miss these emotional intelligence that you need, that can really make a thriving friendship, relationship, business situation or something just be at a next level. But so many people are missing that emotional intelligence that they need to be really dope people, because it's missing.
I'm glad you brought that up, because it's so funny. Like, so on the outside of my relationship,
that's gonna be the title of this thing.
On the outside of my relationship, to keep myself busy and productive and out of a funk, I always say I have you to thank for awakening my creative side. Just things that my creative side, even the business mindset. It might not be as down pack as yours, but I find myself having it.
I don't think I'd have one either. I think I'd just be going, just know some things. I don't have really a business mindset.
I mean, it might be a little bit more tuned than me, because I remember when we was talking about something one day. I remember you talking about when we were talking about our brothers. And I remember that conversation. I think I had gave you that verbatim like 2 days later, and you was like, "See, you don't listen, girl. I was talking about
right.
So it was like, I have you to thank for being that positive, productive figure in my life. Whereas though, if I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, trying to be too straight on a path against the grain that I was so normally being on, it's like I'm susceptible to sneak back or do something, try to get away. Right, but I have somebody who
at least be like, look, like we can do that to each other. I think we do that for each other, though.
Right, who I feel like meets me halfway with that. You may not be the one I might run off and sneak off and cut up with, but on the uphand, you are the one that I can run off, sneak off, and become creative with, and then have something I would be able to forlong see, like be hoping to look forward to. You're right on the money, and I think for both of us, I think we both discovered we had the emotional intelligence that we each individually needed for ourselves to be able to create such a friendship that we do. Because you remember the conversation we used to have when we first started kicking it, and I think it was what a lot of people don't take, seriously. One thing, we got to listen to each other, and I listened to you when you explained what you had been through with people, what you accepted and what you didn't tolerate, and I think the worst thing I could have done, which people normally do, is we hear without listening. So I'm gonna hear you say all of that so I can tell you,
well, girl, you just met me. Girl, you don't even know me yet. You didn't give me a chance to even get myself together, or you know what I'm saying?
Or instead of saying, let me tell you, if you don't like people, well, I don't like, so now.
Or just being combative.
Just being combative, exactly. While the whole while talking about it just speaking contradictory.
Yeah, because like I said, because that's a big issue. A lot of people don't listen to really comprehend and try to understand what you're coming from. They listen to have a rebuttal, to be combative, to be defensive, and it's crazy. Like, I literally just had an argument with somebody last week too. That literally we just got back, not even back in any term, but I don't know what we was doing.
You just got back to communication.
Yeah, there you go. We got back to communication. And then the person
took a step toward
communication to be not communicating again just a week later, all over miscommunication. So it's like,
or lack of emotional
intelligence as well, because the other person does not understand the situation at hand because they're selfish and they don't understand the situation because they're not empathetic. And again, what I tell people, empathy is when you can look from another person's, you can put yourself in someone else's shoe and you can see how they feel or understand, which so many people lack. And it's really a shame because people will really go on with their own thought process and really be swearing up and down that they right about how they feel. And again, every person's feelings are valid. How you feel is valid. Now, the situation in which you feel the way you feel, that can be debated because every situation, just because you feel a kind of feel, don't mean it's right.
Right, doesn't mean it's right.
But it's valid, don't mean it's right though.
Right, but at the same time, what's wrong is if you don't acknowledge that you've done something to hurt me,
but want me to
acknowledge what you've done out of goodness or out of spite or out of whatever the case is.
But it wasn't from your heart. Okay. It wasn't because you really wanted to do it.
Right. It's wrong when you don't acknowledge, the damage that you've done. Mm-hmm. And that's with anybody in a friendship. I remember, that was, to me, that was a big thing for me because I had never had, in any of my friendships, I had never had any of my prior friends say anything, or, approach me about anything. Like, fam, you know what? Your communication sucks. Or, you know what? Your tardiness, I can't take that. We gotta... Right. I never had anybody say anything like that. So when I say it was big, not that I was stuck for words. If anything, it was like, wow, whoa.
Different.
It was different, as opposed to sometimes people have a way of saying it in a sarcastic way. Right, and it used to make me... not think twice about it. Like, I remember one of my old friends, he used to be sarcastic about knowing that it took me a long time to get ready. And so years he would be snippy about his comments, and I would blow it off like sarcasm or whatever. But it wasn't until, you had brought that to my attention, and it just took me back down memory lane. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, if that was your issue with me, why didn't you just bring it to my attention?
It was the way you brought it to my attention, how you said it, that affected the way that I understood it, received it.
Right. When you being sarcastic about it and...
I'm thinking you're playing.
Right. Or you just want to, whatever, be snooty, snobby, or whatever the case is. But it's, if it had been like, look,
friend, I love you.
Right, and I don't want to not invite you, but everybody don't be
wanting to
pick it up.
Just pick it up a little, right? It's how you say it. That's what I was saying too about even the conversation the other day. It's okay for you to feel the way you felt, but you're not going to come at me like that. As if I was wrong.
As if I intentionally set
out to hurt you and harm you. You're out of your mind. You're trying to manipulate me. And you're trying to make me feel bad about something because, again, the recommunication is from a situation where the person was wrong. So, sometimes people might try to sneak in and try to manipulate a situation to make themselves feel good because some people are really like that. It's very narcissistic and toxic, and a lot of people are like that. Some people like to have control and power over a relationship or a situation. So if they feel like you might have it, then they might even come back and do whatever they need to do to get it. If you give it to them, because ain't no power they ain't got no power if you don't give it to them. So I don't know what power they think they got, but. Because I know I got mine.
It's that imaginary power.
It's that imaginary power that y'all think y'all got. Because I don't know.
Game.
Yeah, the game that nobody else is playing.
That they used as power to achieve whatever goal that they set. And so, even if the goal is, I'm a getter. Well, and it's so funny because this always takes me to that meme that I came across. It was like sometimes we pray and we manifest and we ask God to give us, what we want, what we ask for. Can we normalize asking God to give us the discipline to keep what it is that we, so far ask for, what we ask for. And it makes so much sense. That makes so much sense to me because it's like, it's given a situation, you got me, but you don't know what to do with me.
Right. So there you go. You blew it again.
Right, and it's given.
You blew the gasket again.
It's given. Your game was to probably see if you could. I'm speaking your language. See if you could bag me. You done bagged me. Now what? You can't get mad when you end up not having me anymore, because if the goal was just to get me, you got me, and now that was it.
And you fumbled. Fumbled the bag as usual. Well, listen, guys, because we want to keep it short.
Yeah, we do want to keep it short.
But we're going to get on another note just to keep you guys again. Remember that because as I know a lot of y'all have been saying too, on the social media and stuff that has been said, that it is this year has been kind of giving a lot of similarities to our previous 2020 year. So a lot of things are kind of unrolling and happening, and it has been happening over the last few weeks. I know y'all have been noticing. Like I said, we haven't been up here, but it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on. So and it's been like I said, we just an outage last week.
I was about to say, let's do a quick rundown. There was the outage last week.
It's continuous. With AT&T and other few. Well, I don't think it was like a big outage, but it was just AT&T.
30 million users, or phone people.
And they were saying like some T-Mobile people wasn't able, some Verizon, but it was really mainly AT&T that was really messed up the most. But it was still trying to say there was like a test run on the car, because they were trying to see.
They were saying it was a test run, but then we forgot that 3 days before they said that Russia had shot something up in the sky and shot down one of the satellites. And the satellites that float in the atmosphere, they really help magnify the communications and everything like that. So then there's that. Then there are what they call the vacant buildings that are in New York that are set up for all the migrants to come in and move in and live lavish with their monthly debit cards of I think like $2,000.
$2,000. And they literally invaded us from the inside out, guys. Yes. So be careful. Yes. It's happening.
There are holes in the wall. There's no such thing as a wall, a border anymore. Enough people have gone down, recorded, and seen for themselves that there is 2 miles of wall here, and there is a
big crack.
You go down, and it's just like that. We already know Russia has teamed up with Texas and rise in arms against the United States government because...
It's sick with this with the kind of planet we live on, yo. These people are sick. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, give us a rundown.
Furthermore, we know we've been under cyber attack, so the warning of stocking up has become amplified. Not to be confused with the level 3 warning, travel advisory for Jamaica. Things have gone crazy in Jamaica with the people who live in the surrounding tour areas or whatever. They're just coming in, like basically saying,
"Fuck that."
Yeah,
we that tour shit.
Yeah,
enough is enough. We coming in, and like you said, just the ongoing. Also, this new flu-like virus going around. Also, is a rash going around. Is a flu-like going around. Is a rash going around. Baby.
Not to mention the migrants that are over here are not only robbing the residents in Hollywood Hills, they are also attacking civilians or citizens. They're attacking other people and robbing them out on the streets, just trying to make it seem like, they're a big hassle, but they let them in. We already know that. And then in news that we all like, celebrity news, they got my girl Wendy Williams. We all know.
Oh yeah, the documentary just came out, and I gotta check it out. I didn't watch it yet, but I seen some clips. But it looks really intense, and it looks really sad too. Because Blac Chyna just shared a clip from her and Wendy talking on the couch, and Wendy was pretty much out of it. She didn't even know who she was.
Or that's what they want us to paint
a picture. Because that's what I was thinking. So I'm like, I can't believe nothing that comes out of these, like, you just can't believe a lot of stuff that you see. Like how they say, believe... Wait,
all of what you see and half of what you hear.
Yeah, something, yeah.
That's what I was told.
But you can't really believe everything that you see either, though.
I mean, if something look like it's doing something...
I mean, unless you're looking at it from a different, like you said, perspective. So I'm guessing you're right. But Yeah, because if you can see beyond what's going on, then,
if you see what you
yeah.
saw, can't nobody tell you what you said.
Right. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying.
If
okay.
you tell me something, I might be a little suspect about it. But yeah, it all sounds like a big plot employ of what the elites do, just given in the history of who we
For
know
elite
about.
employees.
It's boss and
Okay.
But given the history that we know about Wendy, Wendy has had the ability to make all of her viewers, get this, you ready? She's developed a way to make all her viewers exactly give her, by watching her documentary, exactly what she's given us
all these years.
Mm-hmm. We're going to ooh and ah probably like never before, but this time it's at her. But I think it was designed that way. Mm-hmm. I think it was designed that way.
You have spilled teas both good and bad for years on other folks, and like how they say, it has to come back around.
Now here's that.
Now, and the way it's coming back around is a little bit different, but remember because I'm not gonna lie, all I can ever think about, and especially seeing this fall, and not even this fall, but just seeing this different side of Wendy and seeing what's going on in her personal life, because I don't ever want to gloat in no one having, like, because she's really going through. But I just can't stop thinking about that time when she said what she said about my Aunt Tab on her show, my Aunt Tab Brown, and said something about her and her husband relationship, and was getting a little too, like, Wendy-ish about it, just making someone else's relationship a highlight and a kind of a point of a butt of a joke. And if we all know, our Aunt Tab is very well covered and blessed. And it seemed like ever since that, Wendy has went. I know it's not just all Tab with the Brown, but it's just funny that it seemed like after that situation, and Tab didn't even, and the way Tab responded with love, mind you.
Right.
Didn't even curse her out or just say nothing, but it seemed like ever since that, then everything came out about her husband cheating more and all the scandals. But Wendy in the interview said that her Kev cheated back.
Yeah, Kev was doing
back when little Kev was built. Was born.
Well, see, this is why I say some of us have been, our avid followers, and like Wendy, I am her definitely sister in her head. And if you knew, part of the reason why she married Kevin was to keep a baby. She had already said that she's a powerhouse in her career. Mm-hmm. So, that's why it's funny to me. That's why I say this documentary is really unfinished, and I believe it's unfinished because
like a lot of
Wendy did not get the okay on finishing it because they can't find Wendy. They can't find. Yeah, it was her idea to do the documentary. It was smart, and I think it was very transparent.
When they call them Lifetime movies, unscripted, on something new, on something, you know what I'm talking about?
Unsung?
No, not unsung. It's something that the Lifetime had where it's not a literally set in stone movie or documentary. It's just something off of hearsay. But even though hers is really her speaking, but
yeah, so, it was her idea. But it was her idea to go forward with it. But I believe it's really unfinished. They can't find her, and I feel like they want to silence her. And then speak for her.
Because they're saying that there's a lot more stuff that she knows.
But a lot of people, if you don't know or didn't know, Wendy has always been a workaholic. She has always been divulged into her work. And when she met Kevin was eyeing her. She wasn't, looking for anybody. Kevin had found her. She didn't take him seriously because her work covered the type of work that he did. So her whole thing is, bounce her security, please. So she ended up getting with him or whatever, still being at her work, but she quickly realized that Kevin had interests elsewhere. And then what she did was, on top of her work, and how she said it was, look, I gotta fulfill my man or give up my career. That's the only way Wendy's seen it. So she said, I'll have a baby. And a lot of people don't know,
she said, and then she said she wasn't happy. And she said when she found out from the clip I seen, and we're gonna cut it short, guys. But from the clip that I seen, she was saying that when she found out that Kevin was cheating on her right after she had a baby, she said she heard him in the guest room talking to some other girl. She said she knew it. So like that, she said, of course she's supposed to have left. She said, but she said she just had a baby. And she was like, she didn't know nothing about babies. She was like, I just had his baby. She was like, how most women, it just sucked it up and just said, listen, I'm going.
And she dived into work.
Yeah, and I'm going to dive into work. And then I'm also I'm also going to just take here, everybody, see how
I care about.
I'm just going. See y'all. See that's the cue. See that's the cue. Then we gonna cut it short. But yeah. But she just basically was just again saying that that she was fresh mom and she didn't know what was going on. So she basically just sucked it up. And I guess this been going on for years.
Yeah,
for years. It's nothing new
because you gotta remember.
But it's something true.
Wendy was really quickly. She was a radio personnel, so there was really no time for her to really be at home, which left the window open for Kevin to have his eyes elsewhere. So in a sense, Wendy admitted, as a woman, I knew what was bound to happen, but she figured she, did everything that she could.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, guys, listen, like I said, we came up here again
to bless your timeline.
To bless your timeline with love, peace, joy, laughter, and important,
company.
Vital information that we wanted to share with y'all and to bring y'all to our everyday lives and homes. But again, like I said, this was the Transparent Energy short. Just to keep you guys updated. And again, Happy New Year's, because the New Year will be this week, March 1st. It does start the actual real New Year.
I hope you guys had a really
and I hope you had a great
hibernation
season, and you guys are ready for what is about to spring forth, which is something new. So, again, another week. This has been another short
this has been another short installment.
Short episode. So we say, and you're on another week with your favorite hostesses with the Mostesses. It's your girl,
the lovely lady Bambi B.
And it's your girl, Jordan B.
And we are
Transparent Energy, and this dog is cutting up, guys. We gotta go. Until next time. See ya.